What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. Today I am doing a part 5 to one of our series. You guys want to see more? I'm going to be talking about 10 more celebrities who let fame go to their heads. Obviously, it's kind of opinion based on the people of the internet, from my research, and from me. My name is Joss Bedard, I'm your host for this one. Make sure you say hi to us on social media. You can find our links down below. And if this is somehow your first time here, stick around to the end because we're going to blooper reel and I will also shout out some of your comments. But for now, here is our part 5 list. Starting us off at number 10 is Amy Schumer. Her jokes have often pushed the limits, but tons of people adore her sense of humor, which is why she's one of Hollywood's most successful female comedians. But there was a moment when people felt she went out of her way to be rude to one of her fans. She posted a photo of a man named Leslie Brewer to her Instagram account and wrote up a story that he approached her with a camera and started taking pictures, even though she was telling him no and asked him to stop. Apparently he responded by saying, "No, it's America and we paid for you." By the end of the post, she announced she would no longer be taking photos with any of her fans thanks to this one guy. The man spoke up after the post and said that he is being bullied by her fans and only did what every other fan would do, which is go up to her and take a photo of her. But I want to hear your opinions. What do you guys think about this? Do you think she had a right to do that? Do you agree with her? Let me know. Up next, number 9 is Spike Lee. He's known to speak his mind and he's had a reputation online for being short and rude to people, from different journalists, other celebrities, and to his fans. We cannot forget the feuds he started publicly with Tyler Perry and Chance the Rapper. Not to mention, he has cut some Q&A sessions short, even though his fans have paid to be there for it. But he really got into his head at the Oscars in 2019 when he walked out of the Dolby Theater after hearing that Green Book won Best Picture. Reports from inside the theater said that he was visibly upset and tried to leave the ceremony before the speeches were even concluded. One reporter said he waved his arms around in anger and stormed out of the theater, but he was stopped by the doors and was forced to return to his seat. Talk about a sore loser. How rude not to support your other actors. Sliding to number 8 is Robert Downey Jr. Because of his success and the ridiculous amounts of money he earned as Iron Man, people have often accused him of being a jerk in real life. People online have called him fame and money obsessed and said that he is given the cold shoulder when they've seen him in person. But one incident stirred up some controversy and people didn't know if he was being a jerk or if he had every right to handle the situation like he did. What happened was, back in 2015 he was doing an interview and the Channel 4 journalist kept prying about his past drug problems, even though he was there to promote his movie. So at one point, Robert walks out of the interview and just leaves the studio and does not complete the interview. Some people agree with him and said that he had every right to do that, while others say that he could have just handled it a lot differently. In spot number 7 is Anna Kendrick. In my personal opinion, she seems super down to earth, funny, and really sweet. She's always appeared that way during interviews and towards her fans on social media. But some people were upset after she posted a tweet back in 2014 exposing one of her fans for a picture that he took with her. She tweeted out, "Hey fellow humans, when you see me picking up prescriptions and want to get a photo, can you be super cool and just not do that? Thank you." The fan from the picture posted a selfie with her and said he saw her at CVS and asked for a selfie. I mean, when you're a starstruck fan, you probably just don't consider your surroundings, you kinda just wanna meet them ASAP. But he felt really bad and probably a little embarrassed since she called him out in front of the entire world. But I get both sides of the story. Also awkward if you're trying to buy prescriptions. Cruising into number 6 is Jamie Foxx. As a celebrity, you often get ridiculed for your sense of humor. Oftentimes they will do or say something that to them is a joke, but no one else finds it funny and can be offended or hurt by it. Back in 2017, he went on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and he thought it'd be funny to mimic sign language as the show went into a commercial break. His questionable joke offended tons of people, but also the Dancing with the Stars season 22 winner, Niall DeMarco, who just so happens to be deaf. He called it straight up disrespectful and wrote an open letter to the actor saying his behavior should not be tolerated. He also made a good point that he will most likely get away with it because of his celebrity status. I mean, it's possible that his fame and position creates this comfort where he feels like he can do that kind of joke and get away with it, but either way, not cool, man. Halfway through at number 5 is Jon Hamm. It might depend on who you ask when it comes to this actor, but if you ask Kathy Griffin, she wouldn't have very good things to say about him. In her memoir, she shared a story about him saying that he aggressively confronted her at a party, asking who invited her. Apparently, he made rude comments to her, saying that she had a failed career, and even commented on her age. She wrote, "You'll never convince me to like Jon Hamm. The vibe I've always gotten from him is cold and somewhat disrespectful toward me. I'm suggesting he's one of these hot guys who's mildly funny but actually thinks he's comedian level funny." Now, everyone would probably have their own experience with meeting him, but even asking her why she's at the party that you're at just suggests that you think she doesn't deserve to be there, but you do. Like you're above her or something. Here now at number 4 is Bruce Willis. You have to have some kind of ego for people to label you as rude, painful, and completely uncooperative. That's what happened with this actor after he sat down to do an interview with Britain's Magic 105.4 back in 2013. The video footage shows how uninterested he appears to be in this interview, and it's been labeled as one of the most awkward interviews ever. At one point in the interview, he even says that he can hardly keep his mind on it. He started ridiculing the reporter, Jamie Edwards, saying that he was bored with it and wanted to leave. He said, "I'm thinking about driving right now. I can hardly keep my mind on this interview. You have some great questions here, Jamie. Great chat." I'm sorry, but you don't gotta be an asshole. Alright guys, we've made it to number 3 and we have Tobey Maguire. He took on a role in the movie Molly's Game, which required the cast to get familiar with poker playing. According to Molly Bloom, Tobey was, I quote, "the worst tipper, the best player, and the absolute worst loser." Production would actually set up games for them and they were required to play them just to practice the game. Molly would take home more than $50,000 a night, so they ended up nicknaming her Poker Princess. Like many people, she was a fan of the actor, but Tobey apparently felt like she was making too much money and humiliated her in front of all the other players and cast members. Turns out he ordered her to bark like a seal who wants a fish for a $1,000 chip. The waitress tried to laugh it off, but he continued by saying, "I'm not kidding. What's wrong? You're too rich now? You won't bark for $1,000? He thought it was funny, but reports say he said it with a serious face and just kept the insults going the whole game. No offense, man, but I don't think any successful actor should poke fun at someone who's making good money. Like, look who's talking. Taking over the second spot on our list is Kate Winslet. Not someone I personally expected to be on this list. Back in 2012, she was being accused of snubbing her fans. People from a town in Massachusetts accused her of being rude and not acknowledging their presence, like she was above them or something. She was shooting her movie Labor Day in the area, and some of her fans contacted the local press saying, "Kate was so rude, she never once acknowledged us. I was devastated. This was the first celebrity I've seen in my lifetime, and sadly the experience was hurtful to me and my entire town." This isn't the first time that Kate has been accused of diva-like behavior either. It was reported that she refused to be photographed at the Venice Film Festival unless it was on the red carpet. And apparently she has answered questions during interviews with a very sulky attitude. In the number 1 spot is Woody Allen. There are a lot of celebrities out there who will admit that they love their profession but hate the fame. But when it comes to Woody Allen, he actually likes it. He said that it's better to be famous than to be unknown because, I quote, "the perks are better." And he is not wrong. The filmmaker said, "You get better seats at basketball games and you get better tables and reservation places, and if I call a doctor on a Saturday morning, I can get him. There's a lot of things that you don't get if you're not famous. It's kind of disgusting, but I can't say I don't enjoy it." Well, at least he's being honest. He has no problem admitting that he enjoys the perks of fame, and people often see it as bragging because it just kind of comes across that way. Alright guys, that is our part 5 list. Let me know what you're thinking down in those comments and give it a thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed it. But for now, I'm gonna handpick some of your comments and respond to them. Travis Ekman says, "Josh, just wondering if you have your security guards tell patrons before you walk into restaurants." No, cause I don't have security guards and no one gives a shit where I eat. Kaylee Kane says, "I love you even more knowing you lived in Windsor. I was born and raised in Windsor. Are you from Windsor? That'd be cool. Let me know. Slide in the DMs." James Finch says, "Turkey bacon? If that's real, pigs will fly. Kidding, it's probably better for you." Dude, turkey bacon is totally a thing. It's actually very popular. And it is better for you. Clay Talman says, "Hello Joss, I hope you don't have a job interview because we don't want to lose you." Well, I hope I don't either, because I don't want to lose my job too. Alright guys, I have nothing left for you. I'm getting out of here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and to hang out with me every day, just ring the notification bell so you never miss another video. But for now, here is the bonus content. Silly.
You silly little goose.
Oh, I can dance in this kind of outfit. Easy breezy. Beautiful cover girl. What you buying? That makes me wonder, Anna. But also the Dancing with the Stars season 22 winner, what? Keep that popcorn in. Had some special effects. Like literally you get paid for these interviews and press. What are you complaining about? Bro. Like I'll do your interview for you for money. Massachusetts. Haha. I said it. Massachusetts. 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 Right? Massachusetts. Yeah. Huh. Holy moly, I barely messed up this time around. Yesterday was a rough go.